Sound like they hear me, so I'm gonna just check the feed.
I don't know why my camera does that, bro. It's constantly trying to focus and shit, bro. So it's like to go like bright, but just see, look at it go like dark.
Like the film is shut off.
No, I'm saying like it's trying to focus. You see, they go dark and then they go back like it's weird.
I need a light behind it.
Like unless it's like extra bright in here and shit, bro, it's gonna do that.
You probably need a light behind it.
Yeah, that's usually why I do that at the crib. I have that light on and shit.
I'm live, brother.
Okay.
Yep. Very good. Shalom.
Shalom.
Is somebody Baba Bashar could check this channel and then check the brother's channel?
No, it's the main channel.
Oh, is it? Okay. We just want to make sure everything's good, so you know. Is that it?
Well,
that's
the
that
main,
one.
The main.
Can you see if you can find it? All right. Somebody check Beloved Truth, Baba Bashar. They got me in my flip flops and.
Yeah.
Okay, it's picking us up. So, hey, shalom. All right. Hey, first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakakodash.
Double honors to our apostles and elder bishops here at Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers that's pushing the work in truth with all sincerity, bringing forth the testimony of our Lord Yahweh Shai in these last and evil days. Shalom to you. All right. Of course, that testimony is the spirit, or the spirit of the testimony of our Lord is the spirit of prophecy, Slaki. All right. And prophecy means to say before. All right. And we coming upon some times, all right, times that we've been speaking about, starting with our elder apostles and elder bishops. All right. And part of those topics we always talk about is Jacob's trouble. I want to play a few videos to kind of segue into this lesson. And Jacob's trouble is a sure thing. Despite if you like it or believe it or not. All right, it's upon us. The time that we've been preparing for, these times are upon us. So the name of this live is a prelude of things to come. This must be a prelude of things to come. So whenever you're ready, bro, we're gonna start with these. Okay, go ahead then, bro. You got it.
God, this is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 3, and it reads, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie."
That's right. So it's speaking, it's not lying. All right. Okay. So these things are coming true. Okay. All Jacob's trouble, all the chaos in the world, that's all prophetic. Prophecy shapes the world that we live in. What's your saying, bro?
Because prophecy is reality, and reality is prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reality everybody's getting, always try to run away from. But now they have to be faced with it.
Perfect.
That's why Jake is, we about to play the video. What's going on with Jake?
Yeah.
So like it finishing it off. It says, "Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely." So like it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Right. And that's what we're seeing. It surely came. It ain't. We're closer than ever before. So it's right at the door. So all the talk and stuff is just pretty much out the window. Especially to those that's been scoffing. You got to deal with what's coming. And the whole time you should have been preparing yourself by being faithful to the word, taking heed to the word, you know. But of course, you haven't. So you got to face and deal with what's coming. All right. And right now, Jake is getting a taste of what's, going to be pretty much turned up in the times to come. It's going to be way worse. They're going to be killing Jake with impunity. Okay. The elder Amawan Gabar spoke about the ICE troops, how they are the boots on the ground. They're going to be the first boots on the ground for martial law anyway. And I strongly believe that's what they're being put there for in the first place. Okay. Because the scriptures talk about city to city. It's one in Second Ezra that goes into it, the 15th chapter. I'm sure it'll come up, but you're not going to be able to go city to city because the city's going to be shut down. All right. What do you think? Why do you think ICE is going to be spread nationwide? What do you? That's all strategic. That's all by design. Ultimately, because really they want to come after the truth. And what I was saying earlier to the brothers, that's nothing. What's happening now is, them putting they're putting a foothold down, so to speak. All right. And it's just a prelude to what's going to happen on a massive or nationwide level, curfews, you name it, judicial killings. Okay. But whenever
I
you
got one.
go ahead, y'all got it.
This is Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that day is great. The day, of the Lord's wrath upon Jake, because the scriptures say judgment shall begin at the house of the Lord. All right, and it's going to begin with you tribes, man. But it's coming to the whole world. It's going to come to the whole world, but it's going to begin with you tribes. Okay.
And it shows you with Olga that just died. If Edom might get in the way, they're gonna kill you too.
Mm-hmm.
They're going after Jake first. But when they say that last for that day is great and none is like it, that you can link that up with Daniel the 12th chapter.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a time like that never was, nor shall ever be.
Yep. And Second Ezra 15, right? So don't be fooled. No, Second Ezra 16:68.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be fooled. What's happening now is going to culminate into them having full control, and really it's just a backbone to them bringing in the beast system. They're going to have all the troops already in motion, all right, already set in place when the digital, for the Great Reset, the collapse of the dollar. All right, the digital currency is going to come in, UBI is going to come in. There's going to be, of course, it's going to be civil unrest. All right, and they're banking on it. Okay. And you're gonna kind of hear Jake talk about rising up against the authorities. All right.
It says Jeremiah 37. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
Yep, the elect. All right, the 1/3 elect. Okay. The scripture says 2 parts therein should be cut off and die. That's dealing with the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. All right, roughly 66.6%. All right, of your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in America, you're gonna perish. And the enemy, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he's gonna murder you. All right, well, he's gonna kill you. Okay, well, I guess you could say unalive. All right. But this was always a setup. Esau's been waiting for this day, to come after. Ultimately, is all of this is nothing more than a setup to come after the ones that's been speaking the truth. Okay, so it's smoke and mirrors. They're doing their runs. They're putting in that. They're setting in the fear. And people are either you gonna fold or you gonna give in. Or say that's the same thing, give into,
I got you right here. Based
yeah.
off of what you said, they're gonna be wreaking havoc. The Lord's gonna allow them to, put foots up these disobedient Jake's asses, but their main target is gonna be those that believe. Let's look at 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 71, straight to the point. It says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
That's it. You know, let's play the video with the dude saying he got flashbang with his daughter, because I believe that they going door to door. All right, and Jake wanted them to get out of the community, and I guess it's a black community.
That's it right there.
But what ICE is doing, right, is I'll get it from you. I'll try to play it too on this one.
Shalom to the Akim, the elder brother.
Yeah,
On
I'm
the
just
accounting
trying
board.
to
Shalom.
Okay.
make sure I go right to the screen.
But the governor, the mayor, it ain't working. And if it's not working, the community gonna take care of it. There's only so much longer people gonna take this shit. This is murder. The NPD is not allowed to take it.
That's the hood, y'all.
They just pepper sprayed me. Before that, they tear gassed us, put flashbangs on us. We were just only asking to lead the community. Separation agreement. This shit is sad. This shit is sad. And it was, like I said, if the politicians can't do anything, the people will. The people will. That's all I got to say, man. This shit is fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they flashbang in the neighborhood, okay, and they instilling fear into these people's heart. Not only that, but they're rousing the people up as well.
That's it.
I need that other video too. I'm gonna play both of those consecutively.
Right there.
I got
If you don't
Jeremiah 30.
mind, I'm
It's lavish.
I got Jeremiah 37, but
okay.
MSG version.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Real
yeah,
good.
yeah.
You said which one is it? Salaki, this one?
Where it says lavish.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's it.
Salaki, get it.
Turn the volume up.
Just play it on.
I won't. 6 months. My car. She was not even fuck the car. My kid.
Inside?
Yes, the ambulance is bringing my newborn out the house because he can't breathe. I won't. 6 months. And the fucking officer, I told him I was trying to leave. It was,
The officer knew you were trying to
yes,
leave?
the officer knew I was trying to leave.
The ICE officer.
Yes. He literally saw us trying to leave. And they 3 flashbangs at my car.
Yeah, he threw 3 flashbangs, but I guess I don't know what the kid was. I'm assuming that the kid was in the car with him. Put it on that thing, because you can't even see it.
The caption said that he did that after he shot 2 people.
Yeah, you.
The officer knew you were trying to
Yes, the officer knew I was trying to leave.
leave? The ICE officer.
Yes. He literally saw us trying to leave. And 3 flashbangs at my car.
Yeah, so Jake was trying to leave. They wouldn't let him leave, but instead they flashbanged him 3 times. They I guess they threw it underneath his truck while his kid was in the truck. I'm not sure, but if the kid was in the truck or not. But that's what it's looking like. But again, you know, they pretty much they going door to door, I guess, and bum rushing Jake. So again, it's nothing more than a prelude. Okay. So just imagine, when the regular Jakes become the target,
Mm-hmm.
Because of course they're gonna hang this identity extremist thing over our heads, and of course justify the means of going door to door and instilling fear,
Yeah.
and it's ultimately to bring in this this beast system, man. So they won't have no problem doing it, you know. So yeah, I tried to do this lesson twice right before y'all came. I let y'all know what happened. It wouldn't even go up, so it wouldn't even let me record. So of course I was in the spirit. Now I kind of drained, but it is what it is.
They probably meant for us.
For us to do it together. So yeah,
Well,
So, there you
essentially, it's the Lord that's bringing his hell on Jake.
yeah.
2/3 of Israel that refuse to come back to repentance to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that's out there still doing their own thing, being part of this world. That's why they're so surprised that these things is happening, because they so attached. This Amos 9 and 10, it says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which and the sword is Esau Edom, the sword of the Heavenly Father. So into Psalms, the 17:13? Wait. Psalms, the sword of the Heavenly Father. I be from the wicked, which is thy sword.
17:13.
Kind. So, and Esau is using that sword to come against you, Israelites, man. I mean, come against 2/3 of the nation of Israel. It says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say this evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. And so that's what the mindset of Jake is, is that they're going to continue on in wickedness and they're going to prevent them from doing what they want to do. But we trying to tell our people to detach,
Right.
But yeah,
I got it.
Awesome.
Just to go with that, and the point he made. All right, it's the Lord. The example is in Ezekiel, okay? Because during the time of Ezekiel, you had, the Babylonians, who the Lord put it on his spirit to warn them that they were coming, and Jake was doing all the leaders were doing all type of abominable things in the land and the temple, and this is what the Lord has said, right? This is Ezekiel 7:2. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, also thou son of man, all right, thus said the Lord Yahweh power unto the land of Israel, all right, and the people, mainly the people, right? It says, and the end is come upon the four corners of the land. So the Lord was putting an end to what Jake was doing, okay? It says, now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways. And so that's what's going to happen again for, a final time. The Lord is about to use Esau to bring judgment, but the Lord is going, scarcely save his chosen. All right. It says, and I will recompense upon thee all thine abominations, and mine eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Okay, so the Lord is through with Jake. I forgot exactly what I was going to say, but yeah.
Well, it said, shall not have pity.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah.
Right. He shall not have pity. You can't get emotional, because the Lord ain't gonna have pity, So you gotta go.
Well, that links up with what the brother brought out. I think he brought that out in Second Ezra's. Madman sparing none. That's the Lord sparing none through Esau to have no pity. And it's only
so like they go back to Ezekiel 11. Let your eye not spare.
If I can get it for you, right? That's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9 and 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, which is people before the place, talking about the people. It says, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Yeah, and that mark is the mark of exemption. Because you had the leaders going off. You had pretty much from the top to the bottom, Israel was just going off. And when you read the book of Ezekiel, the Lord essentially he allowed him to see all the abominations that they were doing. And so the Lord said he was just going to spare, those that were sighing and crying, those that, that were crying against the abominations that they were doing,
And today that represents the
So
elect, you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
that a small remnant. You can get.
Right. That was we crying out. Like when we go on the highways and hedges week in and week out when we do these online epistles, that's a form of us crying out.
Right.
You know, because Esau is essentially, we liken it to the Lord's woman. Esau is trying to grape us. You know, and if you don't cry out according to the customs of the law, you consented to that wickedness, and you both get put to death. But if you cry out as the woman, that person that was trying to grape you get put to death. You know, and Esau that his mark is the ultimate form of that graping. You know,
Mm-hmm. Because that's what this is all about, you know. Jake want to be part of this world. We were punished. We were sent to America for a punishment.
Right.
Esau came and took over, you know, colonized, what have you, you know, and he broke down all the tribes and took all the land. That was all a punishment. That's what we've been trying to tell y'all, you know, for our misdeeds, for our transgressions, for our abominations. You know, so it wasn't for us to, you know, come and be successful and be like unto Esau and get up there with him and be like him and become Republican, become conservative, become a liberal, a leftist, whatever you want to call it. But Jake is all into this that wine, the Babylonian juice. All right, the wine of her fornication, right, which is the spiritual fornication. Right, you're not serving the Lord, you're serving your enemies. You're doing what your enemies are doing. Now, everything that they've wrought and brought up in society is an abomination. It's the Lord abhors it, you know. And you can see how this society is destroying people through decadence, you know, through ideology, you know, and America's breeded the worst type of individuals, you know. Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And it reads, "And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee."
Yep. And ultimately, we discontinue. Scriptures talk about a falling away first. That's when the Romans came in, all right, 70 AD. Even before that, about 66 AD or a little bit before that, you had what the historians call the Roman-Jewish Wars. And they put an end to the Israelite state, for lack of better words. They put an end to the Israelite inheritance. You know, they took the land. They expelled us out. You had a lot of Israelites who fled. You had a lot of Israelites who went into captivity. You know, Josephus, you know, he was one he was fighting at one point. He was a general, I believe, and he pretty much surrendered and became a historian and a scholar for the Flavian dynasty. You know, so you know that falling away happened, you know, and us discontinuing from our heritage, and we were dispersed throughout the four corners of the earth. You know, that was the last time we seen our land, so to speak. You got it.
Reading again, Jeremiah 17 and 4. "And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not."
Right, and that brings us to Deuteronomy 28:68. You know, that's ultimately that's the fulfillment. Daniel 9 and 12 goes into how the Lord. Well, you can start from the verse 10. How the Lord, how does it say? He accomplished all that he said against us, and in the law of Moses.
God.
So yeah, all the curses that the Lord said was going to happen, they happen. You know, and we can pinpoint the instance in the time period that it happened. You know, and that's the knowledge that they've been you know, how they took away from us, but the Spirit of the Lord came upon us again. All right, and we remember ourselves in the land of our captivity. You see.
But it says, "And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever."
Yeah. So that's the tribes going into captivity. All right.
Want me to grant it?
Because you had the southern kingdom, which was Judah, Benjamin, Levi, who was casted. They was the last ones the Lord cast away from cast out of the land. The northern kingdom had already left, which we know. We understand. We can read that in Second Ezra. What is it, 13th chapter? You know, you got it. Yep.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 11. And it reads, "Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him."
All right, so the Lord accomplished all that he said against us. And that's why we do, you know, you go to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and it breaks down the blessings from 1 to 15, Deuteronomy 1 to 15, and then from Deuteronomy, 15.
1 to 14.
Yeah, 1 to 14, and then Deuteronomy 15 to 68 is the curses, right? Which they, you know, they were perpetual curses, you know? So all of them didn't happen at one time. It happened over a span of time and in different ages at times. And in most times it happened, I don't want to use the word duplicate, but it happened multiple times, you know? Yep, in different captivities. So, you know, just to bring back the point that you would put the punishment over here in America, right? That's why the so-called white man was able to conquer you, because the Lord gave him the power to do so. All right. And that's the reality. You know, it wasn't because Esau was greater or better. It's because we failed in ruling and keeping the law and being the perfect example here on earth in righteousness. You know? So you got
these scriptures lay the groundwork of understanding as to why these things are happening to us in our neighborhoods, and why our enemies have the power to do these things to us and get away with it, man.
Yeah. That's the Lord.
So like if Jake be sitting there perplexed and shit, you know, they work hard. They go do everything Esau asked them to do, go get a master's degree, and you know, all of these different things, get a license for this and permission for that and permit for that. And then they go and they try to climb the ranks and become a millionaire or billionaire. And Esau's right there like, hold on, man. Right.
Ask Yeezy. Yeezy found out, you know, Kanye West, he found out the hard way. There's many Jakes. Bill Cosby found out the hard way. Michael Jackson found out the hard way.
Tory Lanez. I was talking about him.
Yeah, Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez. What really was happening with him is Jake found out how to sell his music straight, like from him straight to the customers without the record label. So they looking like, well, no, we need to get our hands in your pocket, bro. We need our cut before before you get something. He made $1 million in 4 hours, man.
Yeah. See, and Jake, Esau's not allowing Jake to live autonomously like that, to have economic power like that, because this ain't our kingdom. We don't have an inheritance with the world, so we're not going to be shining with the world. We're not going to be up there with Esau, even though we can be up on his level, or even better. The Lord put certain mechanisms in Esau's spirit that won't even allow us to live autonomously, to be sovereign. Because we're still under his rule. We're still under the so-called white man's rule. Okay.
He said bounds that we can't pass, right? and Esau is that bound, you know, with his wicked, you know, unrighteous decrees, and you know, I got a precept real quick.
It's a little bit more on it, but that just shows you if Esau can't be part of our kingdom, he ain't got no parts to the kingdom of heaven. You can't have parts to this kingdom. You know, you are a captive and a slave. You behind enemy lines here, man. You know,
or better yet, because we can't have part of his
kingdom.
Yeah.
You
Right.
flip
You know what I mean? Like we can't have part of his kingdom. What the hell y'all niggas saying he gonna have part of our kingdom? No, he not.
He ain't gonna be able to live autonomous. He's gonna be a slave, and that's honestly this is why he's moving in such a way to maintain his kingdom, to make sure that his house continue forever. Because he don't want that reality to come to pass. He don't want that prophecy to be fulfilled. So he's trying to do things to upset it. He's trying to do in actuality, it's crazy what he's doing, because he's trying to do things to try to, you know, he's trying to set certain things off. And and so hopefully somewhere down the line, he'll get sabotage the outcome of the Lord's his will. You're not going to be able to do that. It's impossible.
That's pretty much what Amalek is. You know, his what do they call that again? if they go down, they
The whole world go down with
yeah,
them.
yeah, the whole world will go down with them and all of
Yeah.
that. You
And
know,
they said that
have
not-
those nuclear weapons that's going to hit certain targets. And
Yeah,
stuff
BB
like that.
said that. BB said
Yeah.
that. Yeah, but you know, they don't understand that was always created for y'all, for y'all destruction, so the Lord can move y'all out the way.
I call it the Nino Brown spirit.
Yeah.
If
Right.
I'm going down, I'm taking a whole lot of people with me. Everybody.
Yeah. And so,
It's like-
yeah, and this is why, you know, Esau is moving away. He's moving with great wrath, as the scripture say in Revelations 12, because this is nothing but a prelude to the beast system and how things are going to be ran. It's going to be a police state. Everything's going to be locked down. You're not going to be able to go to city to, you know, and live life freely as you are. You're going to have to go through checkpoints, and they're going to make a lot of people targets. Those targets are mainly those who speak against the established order. All right. And mainly they really want the prophets. All right. They really want the elect. So really right now it's just smoke and mirrors until they're able to fulfill certain agendas so they can bring about so they can spring this whole beast system on you. And now you're not going to be able to move anywhere. You're not going to be able to do anything. You're going to have to take inoculations. They're covering their ground right now, so to speak. Okay. You know, hopefully y'all understand, but you got it, bro.
I'll just finish this real quick. Verse 12, and he hath confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem.
Right. You can't compare any other time in the world. You can't compare it to the transatlantic slave trade. And that's the so-called white man. That's his go-to. Oh, you know, there was slavery. We didn't invent slavery. Slavery was before, but this was the worst captivity. This is the worst slavery in that the world has witnessed. You have literally taken a sovereignty from a people, all right, relocated them, all right, kidnapped them, relocated them, all right, beat their heritage away or their culture and their names away from them, all right, and brainwashed them, put them in boarding schools, and economically sabotage them perpetually, so that you can have your foot on our necks. Okay. All right. Use institutions to further that, you know, the oppression. Okay. And then now what he's doing is the ultimate furthering of the oppression through the technology that he's setting up through this whole beast system. Okay. So we know what's up. All right. The cat's out of the bag. It's you know, ain't nothing you can hide.
Right. Anytime you go to expose it, you know, they call you anti-sim, you know, and that's their way of casting the shame off themselves and trying to place it on you.
Yeah, they're playing victim, but they're playing victim and they're being the aggressor. They're victim in the villain.
Right.
You know, and if you point out, like the brother said, if you point out anything, then they're coming after you. So we already know what this whole thing is set up for. It's really set up for the prophets. You know, ICE being strategically placed all over the country, right? Because that's just not a prelude for martial law. That's a prelude for them shutting down the cities. That's a prelude for them detaining certain targets because they calling immigrants targets now. Right. And they ain't going to be going after just immigrants. They're going to be going after who? They're going to be going after you Jakes, which, again, those videos that we played show you that they was in Jake neighborhood. Now, them niggas ain't immigrants. So what are you doing in those neighborhoods? No, it's pushing the fear tactic. You know, it's an occupation. All right. So, and it's well underway. My bad. I don't know. I'm rolling now.
So, like, just to land back on what you was just talking about as far as Jake, you know, they do look at Jake as immigrants,
yeah,
right? Because we're still counted as less than what is it,
human,
with a 3/5 of a human being,
yeah.
You know, and so what do you consider that? An alien, right? A foreigner,
right.
You know. So and then they know that they have, like you said, they have their foots on our neck and they've been having it that way for so long. We're trained slaves, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so they know they can do that and Jake could just make up for it later, you know. So you got it.
Even in the third video, I guess the ICE agents had to get out of the neighborhood because all the protesters started surrounding the cars, and they left their intel, their papers, their blueprints of what to do throughout the day, how to deal with the immigrants that they rounded up. They don't call them immigrants; they call them targets.
Yeah, and they got names. Right. They got a dossier on everybody, and they going after specific. You know, so I mean, this is only again, it's a prelude. You know, so go ahead.
I got the definition of prelude for you. This is prelude in the Edemo line. It's introductory performance.
That's it. Introductory performance to what? Second Ezra 16 and 68 on down. Okay, you got it, bro. Oh, my bad. You had something? My bad.
No, I got what you just called.
Okay,
you got it,
bro. A little bit more. A preliminary to an action, event, or work.
See, a preliminary to an action, event, or work. What's going to be the event? It's going to go. It's going to go from immigrants to what? Identity extremists. Right. All right, and then we're going to be the next target. Okay, and the next demonization is that we're against the American way or what have you. You know, or we're going to enslave white people. We're gonna murder people or unalive people and all this other stuff. That's gonna be the propaganda, you know. And of course, you already got Jakes that's already helping them, you know, and they've already infiltrated, and you know, these camps and groups, okay, these Israelite groups. So we're in for one, but again, like we've been preparing for these days, okay. Because the world as we know it is over with. Yeah. We ain't got no life here, right? And Esau made, you know, the Lord made sure of that because he's going to take what life you have, okay? And for sure he's going to set up this beast system, man. He's already doing it. It's already a backbone. It's like, you know, he putting all his little pieces in place. My bad, you got it, bro.
You got it.
To the next one.
Cut. I got it.
I did have. Oh, go ahead.
Cut. Salakia. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8, and it reads, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity." Yep, that's Israel. Okay, the people that's claiming that they're Israelite, or they ain't even saying that they're Israelites. They're saying that they're the state of Israel or Israeli. They're not in captivity. Okay, they're not in captivity. The whole world is, you know. Basically at their mercy, right. You know, right. They're the ones that's setting up Palantir and these systems of surveillance, and they're the ones that's using propaganda and psychological warfare against the people, and ultimately they're going to be the ones that how can I say it, come in like a flood. All right, yeah. You know, this has always been about us. This is the day that Esau has been waiting on. He wants to eradicate you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right? Now they got AI, you know, they can render AI videos. They can literally create the theater war, or they can create whatever they want. And they can justify the means to go after anybody and do whatever they want in the earth right now. So this dude is full on. He's well into his blessing. I'm talking about he's at peak blessing mode. He's at peak devil mode. All right. Well, you see what he said about the Venezuelan president
and just bomb.
He's a drug smuggler, and then it's like what?
and just bomb and just start bombing boats. You know, and that's why we're gonna need spiritual power because it's coming.
We're gonna need the Archangel Michael.
Man. That's right, because it's coming.
Yeah, he had his peak devil mode, like Cell at his final form.
Yeah,
right. What was he in gold? He was all gold. And stuff.
Yeah.
He came back like
after he absorbed everybody's power. But I got a precept.
Wait, so I was gonna finish this right quick. The book of Baruch, chapter 3, and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us.
Mm-hmm.
For a reproach and a curse, talking about the Heavenly Father, to his people, the Israelites. It says, and to be subject to payments under who? Our enemy, Esau, Edom. Man.
Yeah, that's Jake. Jake, the Israelites, they're the ones that's subject to payments. Them Israelis, they ain't subject to payments.
Right.
The scriptures are depicting Israel, the Israelites, the children of God. They're depicting them in captivity, being subject to payments, meaning they're in debt. Okay, and when we're born, they got a debt clock that proves that.
You already 10,000, what, almost 10,000?
80,000. No, it's
80,000?
like it's like 90,000 or something like that. Yeah. But from the time you're born, they got a $90,000 debt on a child, and it's not just limited to us. It's everybody now. Everybody's a goy in their eyes. Everybody's a slave. You know.
They said that on live TV, so I can change the subject. But on Small Hats, they said that. Remember that woman? And she was like, it's a blessing for you to send your children, your sons and your daughters to go fight and die for us. She said that, with a straight fucking face too, man. But continuing on, it says, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments. All right, like added to what the elder has said. We're Jake. The real Israelites are the borrower, not the lender.
Mm-hmm.
Versus the Small Hats, they're the lender, right, and not the borrower. God, it says, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord Yahweh our God. But the point we are yet to stay in our captivity.
Yeah. And
I have another one here, what the elder had called. That's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16. Wait. You got it, bro. So I gotta find it again. So got it. You got it.
The phone. Oh, it's on my. It won't let me get into my app because oh goodness gracious. Go ahead, though. My bad.
Well, as went to land back and forth you said earlier about persecution. Are we gonna be defamed and blamed? That we the ultimate target of their aggression. Ultimately, it's in two areas. We got one in John 15 and 20. A servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also. And we got to prepare our minds for persecution. That's about to get ugly out here, and we got to go through our darkest hour, just like Yahweh Shai went through his.
Yeah.
I got another one. Matthew 10 and 24. We can take it all the way down to 33. So read through it. It says, the disciple is not above his master, nor a servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and a servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? Beelzebub goes to Satan, and it's the same thing that they're going to demonize this truth. Make a man an offender for a word. You got the whole Palantir system. That's part of Esau being at the height of his power. You got systems where you can track your your content, your media content, your phone. Like they that's how they finding all these different so-called illegals.
Yeah, because data is the new money, and these corporations mining data and categorizing people, putting people into certain categories. Just to set people
if
up.
I may, but that's how you know that it's a snare too, because what do they do when someone enters? Well, Jake enter into this country, preferably a Spanish tribes. What do? They give them a government assistance and a cell phone. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Right. You got to sign up for, they go right to social media and all this. But you got to put your information, your personal information in there. Like you said, they track that.
Right. And pretty soon the cell phone going to be obsolete. You're going to be the cell phone. Right. We brought that out, I think last week, Thursday. Yeah. I was going to be, via the chip and the brain chip and all that.
Yeah. They said before Was that before? I think it was WEF, right? World Economic Forum.
Yeah.
That guy. He said. He said before 2030.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
He said before 2030, your cell phones will be obsolete. So if your cell phone is going to be underneath your skin, you know, you're going to be like, you know.
Yeah. It's a little bit more. Matthew 10 and 26. Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known.
Yeah, it's perfect because the Lord has revealed every step that this devil is taking. So he can't hide himself, you know. And the elect are prepared. It's like you got.
Well, that's why I'm saying again. It said, "Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, nor hid that shall not be made known." And that's the reason why you ain't supposed to fear him. We ain't been given the spirit of fear, but of love and peace and of a sound mind. Because Esau, he know that he being revealed, so he's trying to come down with great wrath because that's his only source of power left now at this point. You know,
Carnality with his blessing.
right?
You know what? I can come get him.
Right.
You know, it's like that Thanos scene, and he's like, "Fine, I'll do it." But because Thanos, right? He sent all these different, people in different ways to try to take down, the so-called heroes, right? When all that didn't work, he said, "Fine, I'll do it myself," and he grabbed his weapon and went after them. You know, but that's Esau.
It's like, if I may, real quick, like that's the reason why the Lord says, like, fear them not, because ultimately, like just like the Lord set them up to persecute us, he could put them in their own traps. You know, the Lord, like he says, he set up the horn of our adversaries. You know, he giveth the kingdom to whomsoever he will. He set it up over at the basis of men, and that's Esau, man. Just like he set them up, he gonna put them down, man. That's why you're not supposed to be afraid of them.
Well, what's like it? If I may, they're a snare and trap. Is these other nations, man? You know, having issues with them, man.
Yeah, their own allies. The Lord has put the spirit on them to just be super proud and relentless, and in that, it's a power grab, and in him doing so, like everything is gonna turn against him. So the Lord got him set up pretty nicely.
Because he's trying to reassert himself, on the earth, because he see that he's losing his grip, But back in Matthew 10 and so like 27, what I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in the light, and when you hear that, preach ye upon the housetops. And that's what we do. When we're on the highways and edges, we boldly proclaim, the downfall of the society. We bring out all the dirt on this devil. He don't like that exposure. But the primary exposure, that's uncovering this devil is coming from the prophets. The 100% truth of it all. Now you got other, outlets, and you got the heathen speaking. You got Esau tongue rising against himself. But we the main target. Because they like, seeing us rise up is really what's irking them.
Yeah, because again, he's fighting against the Lord. Right. We represent the Lord, and what was I going to say? Oh, he lost the information war. He lost the war on words. He lost. So all he has now to do is to come in like a flood, to take, go for all, like, how they say, go for broke. Yeah, go for broke. Yeah. So that's what Esau's doing right now. Yeah. And in him doing so, he's gonna bring damnation upon himself.
Yeah, to your point about how he lost the narrative, and he lost the
information war.
Yeah, the information war. That's the reason why they're trying to get it back. They're trying to buy out Twitter. They're trying to buy out all these different social media, so they can reassert that mind frame into the people. Like, look, we the good guys. Like, remember that. Like,
they're paying influencers now and pastors to to assert this, to to promote Israelis and not Israel, but the state of Israel. You know,
well that idealism, right?
Mhm.
Going back to those Germany troops. I don't want to say the N word on here, but yeah, you know.
what N word? No,
Well, you know, the paparazzi, you know, kind of run with that.
With it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I got something. For
Well, it's a little bit more, because I wanted to get to the last two verses, but I want to read into it real quick. Matthew 10 and 28, it says, "Fear them not which can kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell." And it's important to remember, you know, coming into these times, because that's what they're gonna use. They're gonna use fear as a you know, they last resort, you know. And fear is a hell of a motivator. It can motivate you to do the wrong thing or the right thing. You know, your righteous fear of the Heavenly Father, that's what you need to have. Not that carnal fear of Esau Edom destroying the body. You know, you gotta know what the scriptures say, like, well, we're gonna get new bodies. Flesh and blood can inherit the kingdom. Like things like that should be running through your mind, like,
Yeah.
you know. And that's Yahweh Shai. That's what he was meditating on. He was meditating upon getting that new body, getting back to his status that he had at the beginning. You know, Hebrews the 12th chapter, for the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross. What you gonna say?
No. So like I was about to add to your point, if I may, the story of the mother and her her 7 sons.
Oh yeah, second Maccabees chapter 7.
Yeah, you know what one of her sons said about his hands getting cut off.
Mhm.
He said, "Look, man, the Lord gave me these hands, man. You know, the Lord will give it back to me.
Lord
You
willing,
know,
I'll come back and get
yeah,
it again.
that's the type of spirit we gotta have, man. In that time, like bravery, bro. I'm talking about true
Yeah.
bravery, bro.
Well,
Like,
that's going to bring it out. That's what the circumstances going to bring all of that out. You know, that's why the Lord got it set up in such a way. You know, and then it purges us as well. You know, it's going to be a certain pressure that we never felt before. You know, but we're going to adapt because, of course, the Lord is going to comfort us. Why? Because we've been doing this truth. Why? Because we've been remaining faithful.
Right.
Why? Because we've been doing the work.
And we've been tested in certain aspects of faith. You know, like Lord and put us in situations where it was either, if you know, your faith is gonna make you or break you. Like, you have to show extreme faith. So
and applying his instructions, man, following his instructions, you know, because they're, you know, I don't know, I'm pretty sure you remember that time with that nigga in traffic and shit.
Oh yeah.
When he pulled the gun out on me and the brother. He pointed the gun right at me and the brother, man. You know,
Mhm.
but at that moment we had to apply the scriptures, man. You know, and that's what delivered us, man. Our faith and application of the Lord's instructions.
There you
man.
go.
That's why these other guys, man, when the heat starts turning up, man, they're gonna bail, bro.
Yep.
They're gonna bail. They're gonna fold. What does the scripture say?
Harley.
If thy faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small, man. You niggas really ain't got no faith.
bringing guns to camp life.
No, it's like I was going to say, Isaiah 33:6. That's why it says that your wisdom and knowledge is going to be your stability. That's what's going to keep you mentally and spiritually stable, because you understand, you know why these things are happening. You know that the Lord is in control of it. You know that there's a latter end. So that's going to ground you. You know.
Well, Yahweh Shai, when he was Pontius Pilate was asking him why he wasn't speaking. You know, he's like, "Don't you know I got the power to release you and to crucify you?" And the Lord was like, "Look, you have no power over me," and so he was given other Most High. So he understood that it was ultimately in the will of the Lord, whatever happened to him, you know, and what he was going through. So that's what we gotta, you know, chalk it up to. Pretty much is that this is the Lord's will. This is for His will to, you know, and you gotta be. That's what's gonna settle your spirit. You know, that's how you feel to. What you got, bro?
I got. Well, yeah, you know, I was going to go back to that what the brother Ahmad read earlier. Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7, but the MSG version, you know, you know, the message version of the Bible. It says, starting from verse 5, it says God's message, right? It says, cries of panic are being heard. All right, it says the peace has been shattered. Ask around, look around. Can men bear babies? That's a question. All right, it said, so why do I see all these he-men holding their bellies like women in labor? All right, terrified, man. All right, it says faces contorted and pale as death, blackest of days, no day like it ever.
Well, be afraid.
Yeah. Good to say, man's heart fell in for fear for the things that's coming on the earth.
I mean, look, the video that we showed earlier. Look at how Jake acted right there. That nigga was crying. I mean, I know he got maced and shit, but he was like he was hurt. I cannot believe this happened to me. You know,
it was an unbelief because then that's the thing. Jake don't think it can happen to them, and they living in a space where they don't believe anything can happen. No, normancy biasy. So they don't believe nothing out of the ordinary can happen, and that's prime opportunity for the Lord to strike, because that's what it is. It's the Lord striking. He just uses vessels to do it. It just so happened he's using your nemesis, your arch nemesis, a perpetual hater. No, but he's using Esau to do it, man. And truly, he is a perpetual. He is a hater. You know. So yeah, I mean, but again, it's more. This is gonna come, but it's gonna come on a level that it's gonna come on a level against this truth, and that's the ultimate game right there. You know, you got it.
2/3 gonna be down with it, man. You know, even these Israelites that know that they're Israelites. All right, but they haven't built up any faith. They haven't built up any they haven't been following the true instructions of the Lord, man.
Right.
You know, so when that heat get turned up, man, because look, we already in the year, of
apostasies, agents, and sellouts.
You know,
and Jacob's trouble. Yeah.
And what's gonna start is it through Jacob's trouble, right? A lot of these guys are gonna flip. Right. They're gonna flip into agents.
Yeah,
you know. Okay. Like you said, fear is will make you do some things, man.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
I forget what the movie I seen, but it was depicting like the end of the world, and this dude was faced like with death, and the dude put a gun to his head, and then he like closed. He just got scared. Like I forget the movie and the exact but he got scared, and then the dude was like he didn't kill him, but then he was just like, man, he was ashamed of him for giving up. Like he was like, oh, you piece of shit. Like go.
He's testing him.
Yeah.
So back in that Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7 in the MSG version, it says, the blackest of days and no day like it ever. Mm-hmm. It says a time of deep trouble for Jacob.
See,
but he will come out of it alive.
See,
right? The
elect, yeah. So yeah, a time of deep trouble, you know, and that's a cut to everything that these false prophets are saying, because they're speaking with flattery, they're speaking smooth things, false divination, and they're saying that everything's going to be all right when it's not going to be all right.
Well, what did Nate say when he was talking to the Jamaican Jake? He was like, and the Jake was trying to convince him, like, look, brother, there's gonna be some trouble that's coming. Like, still, he was like, look, man, ain't none of this already happened, you know. And you go into the scriptures, try to break it down, like 70 AD, that Jacob's trouble already happened and all that. And that's the reason why he had a mind frame of buying land, you know. And
trying to save himself, or trying to put himself in position to basically, I don't want to say fight. Well, yeah, he is fighting against what's coming, you know.
Yeah. Well, the scriptures talk about how men are going to hide on top of their housetops and in the field. You know what I mean? So this guy's buying land, you know, because Jake really think that, you know, okay, if I buy this land, I own it, you know, I can tell people, hey, man, get off my property. It's like, nigga, that shit don't matter.
None of that's gonna matter.
Look at the icy hot agents, man. Like, they have immunity, man. They can walk on your shit. They can walk right in your house.
Flash bang you.
Right.
Like they going to war. But they are going to war with the citizens, and they set that up during the time of Obama. You know, where they literally made every citizen what a domestic. Oh,
Yeah.
what? How does it go? Not a not a not an terrorist, but he made the enemy combatants. Like anybody in America could be enemy combatant. So and they living they right now. That's what they're going by. They're going by that. You know that those those executive orders that they set up long ago. You know.
Well, like they did in ancient Germany, right with the Gestapo. I got that definition real quick because they're using those same tactics right now. And the dude that's the little dude, the buzz cutting shit that be always out there, Vino or some shit. And every time they got the cameras rolling, he come out there and he's just always in the scene. Like you gotta, his name Provino, his last name Provino. But anyway, little demon. It says the Gestapo definition in the AI overview says the Gestapo was an official secret police of the Nazi Germany.
Yeah, that's what ICE is. They the secret police.
Hey,
That's why they had.
right. Yeah, I was gonna say that. You got it. So like,
What?
No. Well, no, you good.
oh
yeah.
No, you good.
But yeah, they the
Shit,
secret.
it's all out now. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
they can cut the videos all they want.
Right.
We
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I mean, we know they're gonna cut the internet. They know, and then you're gonna have to verify you such and such or have a real ID just to get online.
Right.
We know those times are coming. You know,
That's
brothers
good,
being fugitives and having to relocate because Esau putting an APB out on people. You know, and he might do it secretly. You know, he might. You know what I'm saying? He'd be fighting, and that's how Esau is. He'd be fighting a secret war, and that's what's happening right now. This is a secret war that's going on. You know,
Was a little bit more to his definition. The Gestapo was a official secret police of Nazi Germany. That's why they wear the mask.
mm-hmm.
It's responsible for suppressing opposition, arresting perceived enemies, and enforcing Nazi ideology without legal restraint. That's why what's his name said they got complete immunity. Stephen Miller,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he told him look,
print. Well, how you say? Prino?
Provino.
No. Plenary.
Oh,
Plenary. Yeah. Yeah. He tripped over himself, but no, that was on purpose.
He was salty.
Yeah.
That
He
was
was talking
on
about
purpose.
Trump when he said
Yeah.
Plenary authority.
Plenary authority. Yeah.
It says to reinforce Nazi ideology without legal restraint, and they got those same ideology now with the the Christian nationalist far right movement ideology. There's a whole ideology behind it. It was a word that they used something about them being replaced with like immigrants and all of that. Like it's part of their ideology to fuel them to. If I find the information, I bring it out. But anyway, so like, it says becoming a feared instrument of terror under the SS and playing a key role in the Holocaust. Oh, that's another H word you can't say.
He got us busted. No.
Like it.
Then we taking whole pages down for this. No, I'm playing.
Yeah.
Oh, check this out. It says their role was to eliminate threats and to the Nazi regime, arrest people without due process.
Say Yahtzee.
Damn.
Somebody else read. No. Go ahead, bro. You got it.
They listen in like you got one more time.
Earlier I was saying Nas, like, you know.
Yeah.
They don't know if I'm talking about the rapper.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It says their role was to eliminate threats of the Nas regime, arresting people without due process for offenses against the government. So arresting them without due process.
Yeah,
the
for
same thing.
offenses against the government. Arresting them without due process. That's what's happening now.
Right.
and they going after people, and you see how they're posturing themselves against people who are talking against their authority.
Yeah.
know.
Really, that's all. I mean, that's most of the people they've been clashing with. Like, I don't know if you ever seen that video when they were outside of that Jake High School, and they got into it with the high school students. Man, they beat up two of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right outside the high school, man. All because he was standing off to the side, and I don't know what Jake was saying to him, but they got out the car and they all went over there and just
You ain't even supposed to make eye contact with them. That's how bad it is. You ain't supposed to do nothing.
Back to the black codes.
Yeah, that's what it is. Is black codes by another name, but this it's it's for everybody. Everybody, anybody can get it. Africans, Mexicans, Americans, anybody can get it. Indy.
Well, part of the power they possess, it says, possess extensive powers, including arbitrary arrest and detention, often without trial. And an arbitrary arrest is a definition for arbitrary in Google, based on a random choice of personal whim, rather than any reason or system. So they arrested people just based off of skin color, your accent, your last name, just whatever their personal whim. Like you looked at them wrong or something, they felt offended.
That's why Trump said what he said about civil rights. I forgot exactly how he put it, but civil rights was like a threat or something like that. Because civil rights, that protects you from being done the way they're doing people now.
Yeah, it keeps them subjected to congressional oversight.
Mm-hmm. Right, and then because they can get penalized, and that's why they got the absolute immunity to counter that.
Okay.
So no, you can't prosecute. No, you can't sue.
Right.
No, you can't. No, and they're not having it.
And people have tried too. People have tried that as of late, and even the cops told them, like, look, you can't do nothing about that. That's federal stuff.
Yeah, but see, and then they want people to take it into their own hands so they can start a civil war. It's all about starting that civil war. They got to kick it off somehow. And if they can't get people to react, they'll create something. They'll create.
They'll hire some
agent provocateur, and then justify shooting people and doing all that other stuff. This is just the beginning, man. Dude, this is gonna be a hell of a year, man. Watch, and that's why.
Yeah, even the summertime yet either. Shit.
Yeah, your favorite sports team. That's why your favorite sports team is winning, because and you know who's gonna win the Super Bowl, right? That don't even matter, but. That's why your favorite teams is winning, and they giving you the Cinderella story of the sports world. Keep your ass distracted.
Yeah, underdog stories and allowing people to win these bets and all that shit. But no, just to add to your point, I was thinking about that video of the Edomite guy when he was speaking about I'm not sure if it was the First Amendment or the Fourth Amendment, but he was saying that what we need to do is we need to what do you say, lightly cancel the
First Amendment.
Yeah,
freedom of speech.
Yeah, I believe so. But he was like, he said in order to save the First Amendment, we need to slightly cancel it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It was like, what?
That's an oxymoron.
Yeah, right. And he said they got a limited amount of time to do it too. He said it's of the utmost importance to.
Right. It's like saying, in order for me to save your life, I gotta put you to the edge of death and shit, like type shit. You know what I mean? I gotta kill you in order to save you, type shit. So like,
well, that's the Lord too, though. You put us in situations where
I got the definition of that word. If you still have anything on that?
Oh no, you got it.
That word plenary authority that Stephen Miller mentioned is a plenary authority. Plenary authority means complete, unrestricted, and absolute power or control over a specific matter, allowing the holder, which will be the ICE Gestapo, to act fully within that scope without needing further approval, though it's still generally subject to broader legal constitutional limits. It signifies full comprehensive jurisdiction, often used for governmental powers like Congress over commerce or organizational decisions, or ICE for this matter. Go ahead.
That's why Trump said what he said. He said, what did he say? Where they asked him was like, who can stop you? Like, what can stop you from your goals? You know, in the earth or whatever.
His own
on morality. So
yeah.
he I don't know if it's the dementia like kicking in or whatever.
It is.
We know it's the Lord, like, you know, whatever it is.
It ain't dementia.
It's
it probably is though, you know, but
that's the Esau way of terminology, but really it's spirits that the Lord put on him to make him think this way. Like, he proud as hell. He believed that he got plenary authority. You know,
Trump is trying to be a king, man. You know, he ain't trying to be. What do you say? He want to be the last president. He didn't say that. He want to be a king, man.
Yeah, he want a third term, and he said, only way he would either a third term or implement martial law.
Right.
You know,
right.
Before the midterms get here.
Because look how much money he made, more money as a president than he did at any point in his whole career. Like, all his businesses that he ever had failed. But being in office, like, he didn't make more than all 46 presidents previous, all in 1 year.
Yeah. The oil website, you were sharing the information. I think you were sharing.
Yeah, because he's into crypto.
The oil website where he got, it's like Trump shares.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he making billions of dollars.
Yeah, he's into crypto too. His son is in all of that. They making tons of money.
Well, they made that after they got Venezuela. You know, Trump got his cut, you know, right away. You know, we have 3,800 barrels of oil. You know, but that's how they, you know, that's why they're trying to get Greenland. You know, because of the resources over there. And you know what? So, like, speaking of Greenland, all right, that shows you that shows you. Cause remember, what is that? In the scripture says there's a no new thing under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Ecclesiastes 1. You know, there's no new things, under the sun, right? The same thing Esau's trying to do with Greenland, he already did over here with the Americas, man. You know, show up and try to claim something that somebody else already has possession of. You know, you trying to go over there and get Greenland, but what was that? Poland? Was that Poland?
Oh, they
stood up and said, "Hey, you know, that belongs to us, right? Like, you know, we already got that set up, brother. What you mean you gonna come take Greenland? You know?"
Yeah.
And they actually sending troops too.
Yeah, so they're ready to use strategic defense if the threats continue. That's what they said. If you continue to threaten us, we will set up our defense tactics.
Yeah.
You know,
and that could push prophecy because that could who is that? Certain of those EU or beast countries, you know, they're already open to talking into China and Russia, you know, about the situation, you know, to probably link with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To help them, you know, go against America and Israel, you know, because Iran already declared war against Israel and the state of Israel and America. Man.
Yeah, I think that whole Iranian situation that's happening now, the protesting and all that. I think like there's a lot of paid actors in that thing.
Oh yeah.
Trump even said he was like, look, if y'all attack these protesters, we gonna do something. Yeah. He got more care for the protesters over there than he worried about the ones over here. Like,
but it wasn't. You know, I'm sure you know they set them up so that they can so they can say that, and then they have the excuse to bomb or whatever they want to do.
He said we're gonna kill them, you know, like dead, with no remorse,
right? Like dead. Big ass kid, man.
And what how you saying? It's gonna be big.
We say very strongly.
Very strongly.
Very forcefully.
Very bigly.
Very bigly. Very strongly. I got a precept. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 10 I'm gonna start at verse 2, and I'm gonna read it in the MSG. It says, "Full of hot air, the wicked are hot on the trail of the poor.
Mhm.
Trip them up, tangle them up in their fine-tuned plots."
See, and it is fine too, and that's what the Lord is about to do. He's about to tangle it up because Esau's going to be in straits,
Yeah.
right? He's going to be on the verge of he's going to be at war. He's going to be implementing the beast system, right? But he's going to be in straits. You know, you got it.
Verse 3, "The wicked are windbags. The swindlers have foul breath. The wicked snub the Most High. Their noses stuck high in the air. Their graffiti are scrawled on the walls. Catch us if you can. God is dead. They care nothing for what you think. If
Yeah.
you get in their way, they blow you off."
That's it, and that's Puffet that them.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's Psalms 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Hey,
said-
Salaki, can I get the definition of windbag?
Go
So the definition of
Windbag.
windbag is it says a person who talks at length but says little of value.
Damn.
Trump.
Trump.
Right. Right.
But it says they care nothing for what you think. If you get in their way, they'll blow you off. They live, they think, a charmed life. We can't go wrong. This is our lucky year. They carry a mouthful of spells. Their tongues spit venom like adders, meaning they promise things, but then they'll pretend like they never said it.
Well, Trump.
Right.
Hey, he said,
Right.
He just did that.
right. Remember the 2000s? He was talking about giving everybody.
I said that.
Yeah.
I said
He said, I said that? I don't recall it.
that.
I don't recall it.
Wow.
Bro, he didn't keep not one of them promises that he made. Like he said he's gonna give military pays before Christmas, like you know, pay them off or whatever. Never gave him that. Like
Damn.
no.
It says they carry a mouthful of spells. Their tongues spit venom like adders.
That's
They
it.
hide
No, that's it.
It's it. They hide behind ordinary people.
Well, and that proves that they the serpent. You know, you got it.
It says they hide behind ordinary people,
Mhm.
then pounce on their victims.
That's it.
So I could
They mark the luckless. They mark the luckless, then wait like a hunter in a blind. When the poor wretch wanders too close, they stab him in the back.
That's it. That's exactly what happens.
Wow.
You know,
It says the hapless fool is kicked to the ground. The unlucky victim is brutally axed to death.
you reading that in the MSG?
Mm-hmm.
You might have to read that in the NLT,
Okay.
brother.
I got it.
And start.
You said the NLT or
Yeah, NLT.
Okay. This is the book of Psalm chapter 10. All right, and I'm going to start at verse 2 in the NLT. And it reads,
Don't go past the part where it says Puffy.
Okay.
Kind of read the last few verses that you was reading.
This is Psalm chapter 10 and verse 6. It says, they think nothing bad will ever happen to us. We will be free of trouble forever.
Yeah.
Their mouths are full of cursing, lies, and threats.
Yeah, because you see them, the way they're moving, they're going back to their old selves, into that imperialist spirit, and they don't think nothing gonna happen to them because you know what, we'll just tap. You know, we've been playing fair for way too long now. We're gonna go back to our old ways, and not knowing that, dude. As soon as you do that, what they doing now, the Lord is about to pounce on you.
because Esau been trying to resist his nature as just being wicked, like just being a shiesty one, you know. So he just look, let's just be ourselves, you know. Let's just do what we do, you know.
They temporarily went from overt racism, which is out in the open, to covert racism, where they hide it. They look, it's something that's hard to prove.
Right.
You know, they try to put a mask on.
They act like it don't exist now,
Right.
like it never existed.
Because they getting uncovered.
Yeah.
It's like shit that like we
Got me.
And
we
it's
like Scooby Doo, like
Yeah.
in the thing we took their mask off, and now they just like damn, you know.
And it's a cop, man. and he was debating this black woman, and she was going in about how they put drugs in the community and how COINTELPRO and how they kill, and the cop act he acted so believing. He's like, huh? He's like, I never heard of that.
Wow.
Like, it was like it'll piss you off, but he was acting stupid to those the systematic oppression
Right.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, that's exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all of that, we're a witness against you. All our cries, and then you got to understand that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. It don't matter. You can try to cover up that history now all you want. It's the Lord already knows. All those prayers are going up. The scriptures say that hurtful works are fulfilled.
And you can tell the Lord is shining a light on them, revealing them, because it's like, because I work around like a lot of Edomites, like at Menards and stuff. So it's like they be having their head down now. They kind of like, because they coming across videos and truth coming out. It's like it's shameful. Like they know
It is.
they can't, like, you can't even doubt it if you want to. Like you be on there looking at whatever, and then just a
They
random
should
video.
complain of the ungodly father.
Yeah.
That is shameful, and there's shameful spilling upon thy glory. That's why them Edomites got their head down. And see that you got a faction of Edomites that's fighting against what the Lord did, nigga. Stupid. The Lord did it. He the one that's revealed you. He the one that revealed the wicked in his time. So all of those prophecies that we be reading and stuff like that, the one I just quoted, they show the perpetual reproach, ungodly father. That's happening. The tongue shall fall upon themselves. That's happening. The shameful spilling upon their glory. That's happening. And then nakedness being revealed before all that's happening. And he proving that he the devil. He's proving that he's the hammer of the earth. He's proving that he's in Isaiah 14. He's proving that he's the daughter of Babylon. He's proving. That's all the Lord. But,
Right. And then what is Jeremiah 49:10? Like he shall not be able to hide himself. So he can't even put all that stuff back in the closet. It's just cast out the bag.
The Lord told him to run. It says flee ye back and hide deep. That's in the verse 10, I think. It's telling Esau go run and hide, but the Lord being what do you call it? Facetious.
Yeah.
He's being facetious, so he's telling him go ahead, go run. And that's what Esau gonna do anyway. He's gonna try to run from his destruction, but it's not. We'll meet you. We're gonna meet you in the holes of the rocks, and we're gonna meet you wherever you. If you floating in.
Lord calls.
Angels, right? Because they dig into hell.
They dig into hell, yeah.
Man.
And that's preserving them though. That they don't realize that's what the Lord had them to do that just so they can preserve themselves.
It's like.
The
first fruits is gonna get his ass whooping.
The Lord is gonna be dreadful, man. The Lord's gonna finally reveal itself, and it's gonna be dreadful for all our enemies. It's gonna be even scary for us when we see him. But we gonna rejoice. Yeah. So
it's gonna be like a heart dropping thing for them.
Yeah.
But for us, it's gonna be like how like you know how you like you've been grinding and working and
there's relief
for so long, and then all of a sudden like you see something and you just fall to your knees and you just completely your body completely relaxed.
The scriptures say that they wore out the saints. Like we're gonna be so worn out at his coming. Yeah, we're gonna definitely feel that relief. Scripture say, they shall wear out the saints. We're gonna be worn out by that time, And we worn out now, but I mean, just imagine, we see in everything that's coming. That's even the thought of it is wearing me out. Like, the whole B system in play, digital ID, you being monitored and tracked. Anything you say online can, they can stop your money and all that type of stuff. That's all that's coming.
If I may, because it's going to take everything within us.
Mm-hmm.
To get through that. You know what I mean? Like you quoted earlier, a wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. That's what's going to keep us going. You know what I mean? Our faith. You know what I mean?
And the Lord will be working miracles to increase your faith along the way.
Wow.
You know,
See, you know,
Wow.
being delivered from different things. You know,
I was gonna say, no,
It's
so
about
like
an hour and 30.
you said
Yeah.
something a while ago. You was like, you nigga, man, this nigga scared or something. You said off of the movie Juice. Like this nigga scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, speaking about these, these faithless Israelites, man, out here. You know what I mean?
Oh, they definitely gonna be scared, especially for what's coming. They ain't gonna want to be Israelites no more. They're gonna be ashamed of the gospel, and then they're gonna do what Genesis doing and shit.
Yeah, tucking their shirts in, finally taking off the hat and shit. They went from Genesis to Genesis Ministries. So I said, well, damn, nigga, let us know you got a 501c3 charter without letting us know you got one.
So scared he became a Christian, man.
Right.
They know what's coming. They got to.
But they think that that's gonna cover them. That ain't gonna cover you niggas, man.
That those that consent unto them shall be added to riches. We're gonna wrap it up too.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, all you Israelites out there that's trying to join hand in hand, it's talking about you. You know, even though you try to get in front of the runaway train that's getting ready to hit Esau, you want it to hit you instead, man. You're gonna get ran over along with Esau. Yeah. The Lord is saying, just because you join in hand with him, don't mean he's not gonna get his judgment. Yeah. He blasphemed the Holy Spirit. He has committed an unforgivable act. He can't be forgiven in this world nor in the world to come.
Oh, that's gonna be sad.
Only the elect, the seed of the righteous, or the Israelites, beginning with the elect, are going to be delivered, man.
Yeah, we all gonna be in our glory, and Esau gonna be in the dungeon. Like everybody having fun. It's like he gonna be the kid that don't get to go on the playground. Like, right. But you gonna be the kid in the future world in a dungeon, not experiencing none of the glory to come. You just gonna be in a dungeon for eternity. Yeah, boy, that's gonna be because because you cut off many nations, and you try to cut off the seed of Israel. That's gonna be your fate. Yeah. And right now he's the kid that's not sharing. He's the kid that's not sharing the world right now. He's holding everybody back. And if anybody got something to say about it, or if he chooses to murder people, he can do that. And he's holding back the little glory and the treasures of the world right now, just so you can be put in a dungeon for eternity.
Yeah, like a nation find out they got resources that they can use for their people. Esau find out about it, then he find a way to extract it and take it from him.
Well, the first question they ask each other once they find out is, do we have a bank set up here? Do we have a Federal Reserve set up here? Oh, we don't? Okay, all right. No, we gotta do something about that. Yeah.
The whole that rise to peace. They do the bidding. They really like the strong arm, but other top wicked, to militarize the earth and set up those simple things.
On the playground.
I got a precept. I'm probably getting off of this. It's a book of laying back on what you brought up. The book of St. Job, chapter 20 and verse 22, and it reads, "In the fullness of his sufficiency," whose sufficiency? Of Esau, the wicked, "he shall be in straits," all right, in position of difficulty. "Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him." All right, speaking about with the other nations, man. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, complete his enterprise, right? His goal, right? Which is really just to chip everybody up. It says, when he's about to fill his belly, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So while he's in the middle of trying to complete his enterprise, man, the Lord's gonna come, man, and fucking tap him on the shoulder, man. And when he turn around to see who it is, man, he ain't gonna believe who it is, man. Oh shit, it's Yahweh Shai? Right.
Like a big ass spoon of whatever he eats in his hand, getting ready to eat it.
You gonna drop the spoon and shit?
Well, it's like the Tower of Babel. They was all building, and everything looking good, but then I know where they couldn't understand each other. Like, what the fuck? You know, and it just the Lord stopped it.
Yeah, threw a monkey wrench in the pledge.
I got one Salakia really quick. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19, land backing off this brother. So shall they fear the name of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall lift up a standard against him.
And that standard is going to be lifted up for his elect, man.
Literally, when you go into that word, it means to fly away, flee.
Oh yeah, come. That word standard, yeah. It means to it also means to disappear.
God.
Yeah.
You know, man. Look. If you got faith, you know, this is for the sincere brothers and sisters that's listening and learning, man. You know, you got faith, man. You're not worried about this devil, man. This devil can't do nothing to us, man. You know, this devil, he can do anything to the flesh. He cannot break our faith. He cannot break our spirit, man. All right, the Lord is in charge of that, man. You know, and even in the flesh, man, the Lord's going to defend us, man. The Lord's going to feed us, provide for us, man. Not just us, you know. Lord, will we be a part of that number? If we are, not just us, man, but our families, man, our little ones. You know, right now is a time to really build up your faith, man, because like like Big Bro brought up earlier, you know, a persecution is coming, man, whether you like it or not, whether you ready or not, you know. So you know, if you're in the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man, get ready. You know, prepare yourself, build your faith up, man. Get closer to the Lord, man. Build up that relationship, that trust. You know, it's a lot.
Because now is the time to do that. You know?
Come.
Seek the Lord while he may be found.
That's right. Well, with that,
Lord willing, it's been edifying. And till next time, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash.
double honors to our apostles and elder bishops here at Great Millstone. Shalom to you, brothers. Tune in. All right. That's doing this work with all truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Wow.
Oh, God.